What is up, guys, and welcome to the Batman Cinematic Universe. This will be a new series where I break everything down movie by movie for each phase. With that out of the way, let's get straight into movie 1, The Batman. So to start the cinematic universe, we have to have the first film be about Batman. It's the only way we can start, but unlike other pitches that I've thought about and many other fan writings, Bruce will not become Batman in this film. Instead, he will already be Batman, but he won't be 2 or 5 years into his career. Instead, he has exactly been doing 1 year as Batman, similar to Matt Reeves' version of the character. We begin this film with a montage of Batman taking down a bunch of criminals, getting us straight into the action. It will be revealed that this big crime gang is called the Falcone crime family, and ever since Batman started showing up, all the crime bosses have gotten scared of him. They're starting to up their game, as before the corrupt ways they used to run the city aren't working. It will be revealed that Bruce still hasn't gotten over the death of his parents, and he's fighting crime, becoming the symbol of vengeance to make up for their deaths, which is why he has sworn to bring the Falcones down at any means necessary. Through this opening scene, it will be revealed that the Falcones see Batman as an obstacle who is stopping their empire and stopping all the thousands of years they worked hard to take down the other gangs and build up their reign ruling Gotham City. We then are introduced to a man named Carmine Falcone, who every thug in the Falcone family answer to, who spent years building up his reputation and is a major crime boss. We do get hints, though, that there is someone above Falcone that he's scared of, someone that even he is answering to, but at this point it is not quite revealed, as it's only the beginning of the film. We then get some scenes with Bruce Wayne at home, and we learn more about his supporting characters. It's established that Bruce has pushed everyone away because of his lifestyle as a constant crime fighter. Ever since he returned to Gotham, the only thing he's ever done is be buried in the mask, but Bruce wants it because he thinks it's better for Gotham City, and he doesn't care what happens to him. And this pattern of self-destruction will be very relevant as the film progresses. But the only friend he knows will be a childhood friend named Jessica Dent. Jessica and Bruce grew up together, and she is the only one who Bruce opens up to a little bit. However, she can see how his dark path is going. However, Bruce hasn't told her about his lifestyle as the Batman yet. It is also revealed that Jessica was there for Bruce after he lost his parents. And though they will not appear in these films or any of them, Bruce's parents' presence can be felt throughout the entire trilogy. However, Bruce will have one crush, a girl named Vicky Vale. Vicky will be Bruce's driving force in the film to not be alone. He has a slight inkling that he likes her, but he keeps it bottled up because he wants to be the Batman, which is better for the city. However, Vicky has a big interest in Bruce, as it intrigues her why he returned to Gotham. They will bounce off of each other in the interactions, and Bruce's feelings for Vicky are very strong, as we can see. We will then get introduced to Bruce's butler and friend, Alfred Pennyworth, who will be the same age as Michael Caine's Alfred. He is old but very caring and is the only one who knows about Bruce's secret. He assists him in his mission, but throughout this film, Alfred will be trying to persuade Bruce to come into the light, to not be a symbol of vengeance and be Bruce Wayne as well, not just spend the rest of his life hiding behind the mask. Bruce will constantly rebuff Alfred, but Alfred keeps trying, providing a struggle for Bruce on what to do. At this beginning portion of the film, we see how Bruce's life is slowly getting worse. Becoming the vigilante Batman is when he feels most at home, but his life as Bruce Wayne is absolutely destroyed. No one ever sees him when he's out being public, and when he is, it's boring and dry. Batman is trying to get to the core of the Falcone crime family, but he can't even get close. Bruce's own decisions are already starting to make him have doubt, but he is too stubborn to quit and still is determined on being the symbol of fear instead of being a symbol of hope like his father and mother would have wanted for him. In fact, Bruce's life is going so bad that he even is pressured by the other members of his father's company, Wayne Enterprises, to engage in a partnership with another company called Sionis Industries. Bruce has no knowledge of this company, but is not concerned with this, even though it could be a bad deal that could cost him a lot of the money his father invested. All he cares about is Batman and what the city needs. Fear. It will be revealed that Sionis Industries is a very big production that made lots of their money over selling clean, renewable steel, that with the right amount of fuel and mixture can create a drug that can be used to cure very diseases, which is why Bruce sort of jumped on the idea. Although the main part of him didn't pay it much interest, he was preoccupied with his career stopping criminals. And it will also be revealed that Vicki Vale is running a story on this and wants to team up with Bruce for the prospect of her gathering information. Bruce jumps at the chance as he still has a small crush on her, but his decision to push people away is still very high. However, Vicki is able to slightly get through to Bruce due to his crush on her, so Bruce will attend the Sionis company and Vicki will come with him as a reporter to get information. Later that night, Bruce will be on another patrol as the Batman, and we also get introduced to a key player, Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Gordon and Batman will be the same as they are in every other adaptation. They are very close, and Gordon is the only cop that trusts Batman. Batman works within the police, but not very often. As Gordon provides Batman with some information on where to track the Falcons, Batman will run into one of the key players and one of the main antagonists in this film, none other than Deathstroke. It's revealed that this time, the Falcons anticipated Batman trying to attack them, so they brought Deathstroke as their backup. Deathstroke in this universe will have been part of a military experiment, allowing him to heal from any injury, giving him an enhanced healing factor, which he uses to his advantage in battles. He is also a master martial artist, making him a match for Bruce in combat. Pair that with the fact that he is also able to heal from any attack, it is surprisingly difficult for Bruce to even win this battle against Deathstroke. After Batman is defeated, Deathstroke decides that he's done his job and leaves him for dead before escaping. Falcone wanted to employ a scare tactic to make sure that Batman knows that they mean business. He's seen how Gotham is changing, so he implied one of these supervillains as well for unnecessary evil. Though Falcone would rather have Batman killed quietly, he knows that killing him would only make more super criminals come out of the woodwork and pose a threat to his operations. Better to just scare him and let him know what happens if he ever tries to interfere in their businesses again. Bruce returns home battered and bruised, and Alfred even considers asking him to quit and not be Batman, but Bruce refuses to leave, as he has a responsibility to the city. However, he has to look his best tomorrow as he is meeting the CEO of Sionis Industries. Bruce comes with the board, and on the way he runs into Vicki Vale and they chat a bit. Vicki's a very calm and collected reporter who is also very outgoing and is a bit of a flirty character. However, Bruce is completely a nervous wreck as he hasn't done this in a long time, and he's mostly just thinking about being Batman. However, when he's with Vicki, that all goes away. They then finally get introduced to the head of Sionis Steel Mill, Roman. Roman will be a very carefree and calming man, and notices that Bruce has a lot of injuries, asking what happened. Bruce makes up a fake story, saying he wasn't looking where he was going, but Roman smirks, saying that he knows a black eye when he sees one. He says that he admires fighting. His father always instilled those beliefs in him, but he had to be a fighter or suffer the consequences. Bruce finds this hard to contain himself with, as Roman seems a very intimidating person, but being an adult himself, he's able to stand his ground. Roman tells Bruce that if he agrees to this deal, the two of them will get both the amount of money. If Bruce invests some of Wayne Enterprises' money in this deal, it could potentially help him in the Applied Sciences department. Bruce agrees, thanking Roman. Roman starts to take a liking to Bruce. He really likes how he isn't afraid to stand up for himself, and sees through how he's pretending to live in the darkness. But Roman inspires Bruce to come out into the light a bit. Bruce and Vicky will both leave out, and they comment on how scary and intimidating Roman was. Vicky says that it's rumored that before he died, his father had a number of illegal things under his belt. However, Bruce doesn't listen as he really likes Roman. Bruce makes his way home to the Batcave, and he is starting to actually like getting out there. However, he convinces himself it's too dangerous. He needs to stay in the dark for the good of the city. They don't need Bruce Wayne. They need the Batman. The rest of the film will be Batman and Commissioner Gordon trying to uncover clues on who Deathstroke is. Eventually, it's uncovered that Deathstroke's real name is Slade Wilson, and that he was a special subject for the military because he was trying to cure a disease that both he and a friend had. They were recruited eventually into an organization called the Suicide Squad by a woman named Amanda Waller, who was trying to make a lot of money off the two of them. Eventually, Slade got old enough and served his time to leave her squad and make a name for himself, becoming Deathstroke. Meanwhile, Bruce will be hanging out with Jessica more, and he asks her what he can do about his situation with Vicky. Jessica says to go for it and asks her out on a date, but Bruce says he can't. Jessica knows how lonely Bruce is and how it's affecting him. Even though there's that small glimmer of hope that he wants to be in a relationship, Bruce's darkness is pushing it away slowly and slowly. A few weeks go by and Bruce and Vicky eventually get a lot closer, as the two of them have been working together on this big story, with Bruce working with Roman Sionis and Vicky taking the pictures and writing it. On occasion, there will be a name that comes up in Vicky's sources that she's trying to crack, but it seems to be a mystery to her, and eventually it's revealed this man is called Oswald Cobblepot, known as the Penguin. However, Vicky says that she can't write the story about him. When Bruce questions her why, she says that he wouldn't understand, leaving a mystery component in this part of the film. Bruce eventually has the courage to ask Vicky on a date. As they go to the movies and grab some popcorn, they have a good time, and Bruce opens up to her about what happened to his parents. She'll sympathize with him, until eventually a crime is going down, and Batman is forced to arrive. Batman easily takes down the thugs, once again using fear, when he questions them on who they were working for. Why did this crime pop up on his radar now? They confess that they work for a man, and his name is known as Carmine Falcone. Batman's suspicions are confirmed. After doing some digging with the help of Commissioner Gordon, he eventually learns that Falcone is holed up at a warehouse where he is planning something. Batman follows this trail to find Falcone in a meeting with a man known as Penguin. Bruce quickly realizes that that's the person Vicky's been investigating, and it's revealed in this meeting that the reason Vicky didn't want to is because Penguin had her father hostage and would have him killed. And Deathstroke also walks in, finding his seat at the table. They all talk about their plans for expanding their business in Metropolis, and they keep referring to the boss as Black Mask. Batman is in the shadows, wondering who the Black Mask is when he walks in with a burnt mask and takes it off, revealing himself to be none other than Roman Sionis, aka the founder and head of Sionis Industries. It is revealed that Roman took position of Sionis Industries as using his company as a way to bail all the thugs out of prison, which is why they have never been getting caught whenever Batman's been around. At that point, Batman decides that he's hurt enough. He leaps into battle, but Deathstroke gets the drop on him, tying him to a chair and taking him to Black Mask, who pulls off his mask to reveal Bruce Wayne. Black Mask steps back in shock, not able to believe it. He smirks slightly, but there's a slight bit of sympathy, and he says, "Always the fighter." Black Mask goes on to say that after his father treated him like he was nothing as a child, he couldn't do anything until Batman inspired him. His brand of vengeance turned him into a killer. Batman then breaks free of the ropes and defeats Deathstroke. Black Mask tries to escape, but it's over. All the major players have been arrested, and in doing so, it causes Vicky to lose her father, as Penguin's men will refuse to give up his location, so Vicky leaves the country. Bruce now has gone through his character. He's no longer a symbol of vengeance, but now one of hope, as we end the first film in the cinematic universe.